this is a quick breakdown of this really cool, kind of sick hype beat that I made. This is the beat right here. Sounds awesome. So with the strings, let's get the string section. The string section is really nice. Initially, this beat was very like a very emotional type beat that was honestly really mid. But when I started playing with it, it ended up being more hype and more like energetic. Just listen to these strings. I mean, listen to this. This beautiful. And then I have 3 total strings. I have 1 hard pan to the right and 1 hard pan to the left, and they're both using, the strings are, if you're wondering, X pan. That's what the main strings are, big soft strings plus, and then the left string is also X pan, and the right string is actually labs, expressive strings, and it all comes together really well to create this beautiful string section. And what really makes this pop is actually the channel volume. And what I like to do is I don't like to automate the volume from the mixer, because if I ever want to adjust things, I would have to reset into like the initial value, and it gets really annoying. So I do it from here. So this is actually the channel volume. So if you take a look, this really adds a lot of character to it. Then I have these chords right here, which you can barely hear in the track, but they just add a little something. It's just using the string sections. And these chords, I put Valhalla Shimmer, Fruity Convolver, and Portal, Ambient Lake, and then I EQ'd some stuff, make it sound drowned out in the background. Then I have this guitar, which just adds a little something to the track. There's actually 2 guitars, so you have 1 pan to the left, then 1's pan to the right. And these have crystallizer, delay, reverb, basic stuff, and just some basic EQ2. Just add something. Then you have the choir, which is a little bit panned to the right a little bit. No effects even on it. Just some basic EQ with a low cut. Nothing crazy. It just adds to the track. It really adds flavor to it. So I added this choir, and when all together you have this intro. Amazing. And then you have this lead, which is a pretty cool lead, which also uses X-Pan, which is just simply a softy tuner. And then I cut out a lot of the high ends, because there was a lot of high end with this lead. I had chorus, convolver, and fast distortion, which if I disable that, it sounds cool, but the fast distortion just adds flavor to it. It just sounds cool. Then the main part, which really adds a lot to this track, which is the horns. These horns are using Xenology, Big E brass. They don't really have much on them either, only an EQ, and I just cut out some highs and cut out the lows. And then this one's a high pass filter, so it builds up later in the track. I didn't even humanize it. Everything else is humanized. If I go here, I humanized it, but this isn't humanized at all. It just sounds robotic, but I like the sound. It just sounds cool. I didn't need to change anything. So it's a very simple MIDI. And then, all together. Cinema. Now you have the drums. The drums are really, easy to do. Basic hi-hat pattern that has some bounce to it. I did some little panning around, like with this right here. It kind of goes around your ear. Sounds cool. And the snare is pretty simple as well. Just basic sounds. Then you have this triangle sound. Just add some flavor to the drums. And then you have this rim sound, which also pans around a little bit. Right here, boom, boom. Sounds pretty cool. Then you have this open hat, which honestly adds a lot to the track. And I did a little thing with open hat where halfway, the open hat actually goes to the hard right of your ear. So it pans all the way this way, which I was inspired by Kendrick Lamar's Euphoria. If you listen to that beat, there's actually an open hat to the hard right of your ear, and I didn't even notice it until I listened to it a couple times, and I was like, wait, there's a hi-hat all the way out on that side, and it adds a lot of flavor to it, I think. Then you have the main juice, which is the 808, which is just like kind of like a simple spins 808, you know, distorted, boosted up, turn this volume down, and I bring the volume all the way up inside of the piano roll, give it really that distortion, then, you know, make it hit hard. Pretty simple. And then when you have all the drums together, then I also sound designed this little bass for, you know, when the beat has a little pause, so it gives the listener a break. I made this bass in Serum. I kind of just took default waves and just detuned them. It's really easy stuff, and I distorted it a little bit. Then I like this part right here with the tape stop plugin, which is really nice, really simple. Then I also have this alternative lead right here, which changes up a little bit. Really nice. For the very end of the beat, I wanted to make it change up a little bit, so I switched the 808 from a spins to a Z. I love Z 808s. They're my favorite 808s, honestly. And that's pretty much about it. Mixing wise, here's all the mixer tracks. You know, I got the horn kind of panned a little bit to the left. Choir. It's not too crazy. I also have this, I forgot to mention this. There's a part in the beat right here where I took a Twitch streamer, Agent, saying glaze. It just added that. Just adds something to the build up, I guess. That's pretty much about it. Beats in the description if you guys want to listen to it. See ya!